Good morning, everybody. AJ here, and today let's talk about Junkrat. Now, I know a lot of you probably have played Junkrat before. You really like playing Junkrat. You like making things explode. Of course, I do as well. But I can't tell you enough how satisfying it is to have a tracer get trapped by one of your own traps and just shoot her in the face or blow her up or whatever. Just watching tracers die after jumping around everywhere and just happening to run into your trap and then going into all chat and bitching about how broken Junkrat is just one of the most satisfying things I've ever had happen in this game so far. I guess getting play of the game as Symmetra is up there with my satisfaction levels, but definitely killing a tracer as Junkrat is by far one of my favorite things. Now, when it actually comes to Junkrat as a hero in the game, I wouldn't say that he's technically the most effective, but he does have his workarounds that are really good. An example, getting around a Reinhardt shield is something that I very much appreciate on Junkrat, and being able to do that is something that I've always struggled with. I usually play a lot of Soldier where I just kind of shoot the shield and try to break it down, or with Junkrat, if I was a better Junkrat, I would just be able to arc my grenades over his shield and hit the backline anyway. And then when you get that rip tire, you just instantly hit the backline. And I just think it's definitely tons of fun to play this type of hero. He's very ridiculous. He reminds me a lot of Ziggs from League of Legends, for those of you that have played that game. And I just really like the character design. I think the personality for what he is in particular is definitely very interesting, and I think that Blizzard did a great job of designing this hero. I'm not sure how effective he is at higher levels of competitive play, but for me personally, with solo queue and with friends, I just love the guy. He's just so much fun, and I've played him a little bit so far. Not the best at him, of course, from what you're seeing in these clips, but I can say that I had a great time, and I've had a great time with a lot of the heroes in the game because I just enjoy the game in general. So playing heroes like this and trying new things and learning all the heroes, which I think the one thing I am dreading is learning Zenyatta, because he's really squishy. He's only got 150 HP, and most of that's actually just shields, and on top of that, he's just very difficult to manage because you have to constantly be in line of sight. You can only heal one person at a time. You have to try and make sure that you put your Discord orb on the correct people at the right time to get his maximum amounts of damage off. And just I'm ready to try out Zenyatta, but I don't know how well that video is going to go because it's probably not going to work out. But anyway, back to Junkrat. I really like everything about him. I really like the ability for him to control an objective or control a point depending on his positioning and depending on how he can manipulate the flow of battle by simply just lobbing bombs into an area and getting in some crucial damage that otherwise would be very difficult to do without a hero such as him. And just learning those spots to be able to place very well timed and precise grenades can make all the difference in a Junkrat player's ability to excel versus one that's not as good. And of course, all of that stuff comes with learning the heroes over time and practicing with them more. So I'm pretty sure if I were to spend about 10-15 hours on this hero alone, I would definitely get better about those particular little nooks and crannies that you can lob a grenade into to nail a Torbjorn turret or get the backline behind a Reinhardt shield. I honestly feel that if I get better at Junkrat, I would be able to make some very good decisions when it comes to trying pushing an objective that's otherwise considered or deemed impossible to get through because of the Bastion placement or because of the Reinhardt placement. I can just lob some bombs into the correct position to get those crucial kills that we need to further progress through an objective. Or even when defending, if there's a defensive place that we've got set up, or we're playing the King of the Hill mode, having that rip tire when they're about to make a big push can make all of the difference in actually setting up your team's dominance when it comes to that particular game mode. So there's a lot of different situations where I just really like seeing Junkrat and really like having a good Junkrat on my team. And then his damage output is absolutely ridiculous if you're very consistent with his grenades. And then on top of that, just being able to one-shot tracers who step on your little trap, or even setting up some crazy ridiculous things on a basketball and launching it across the map, like our buddy Critical has shown us in some videos. It's just ridiculous, some of the things that you can do with this guy, and I absolutely love him. And just that rip tire ultimate, I feel it's pretty alright because you can still blow it up, you can still shoot it, and I don't think it's too overpowered compared to some of the other ultimates, like being able to get a full team res or being able to prevent the entirety of your team from dying. I mean, some of those ultimates are pretty strong, but I definitely feel that the Junkrat ultimate is probably one of the fairest ultimates in the game. So I don't really feel too bad when I die to it, and I'm pretty like, alright, he got me, when it doesn't really feel like Oh shit, that's broken. It doesn't feel like the McCree ultimate. It's like, oh, you just one-shot me from across the map, and the rest of my team auto-aim bullshit. It's like, I don't really mind it too much, but at the end of the day, I want to hear y'all's opinion. What do you personally think about Junkrat? For me, I think he's great, and I'm probably going to play him more, and just let me know. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and tomorrow I'll be hitting you guys with the Overwatch Challenge Wednesday video, so be sure to tune in for that. I don't want to spoil it, but it's definitely a lot of fun, and you guys asked for it for sure. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace, late.